Moin moin liebe Leute und herzlich willkommen hier im Part Nummer 3 bei Autopsy Simulator. So, wir sind gerade von der Arbeit wieder nach Hause gekommen und werden jetzt erstmal rein in unsere Wohnung schlafen legen. Wir hatten einen harten Tag hinter uns. Deswegen war jetzt mal ein kleines Nickerchen, würde ich sagen. Noch kommen wir in den Aufzug, oder? Ich glaube im 4. Stock waren wir, oder? 3.? Ne? Ich dachte wir wären... Ich weiß es nicht genau. Ich dachte wir wären im 4. Oh! Habt ihr das gesehen? Alter. Boah, damit habe ich jetzt gar nicht gerechnet, ey. Hilfe. Ah.
What? What? What the fuck? But I locked it. I'm sure of it.
Ja, ich bin mir auch ziemlich sicher, dass ich abgeschossen habe. Kapitel 2.
Who the fuck did this? I don't have anything valuable. Oh god. Oh god. What am I supposed to do now?
Eieiei, alles verwüstet hier. Das gibt's doch nicht.
Great. That's all I need.
Oh, hier sah es vorhin aber auch schon so aus, würde ich sagen. Pillen kann ich nicht nehmen? Okay. Und dann überprüfen wir mal das Schmuckkästchen.
Fuck! Ooh, what if it was Red Pete? Where? I need my pills.
Sag mal, ich war gerade da.
I can't get my thoughts together.
Der Ring ist weg, der Ehering, ne?
Christ. Why did the neighbors not report anything? I'm calling Steven.
Vielleicht bilden wir uns das nur ein, dass hier alles umgerumpelt ist. Ah, guck mal Steven an.
Steven?
Now, Jack, I told you I'm going for a drink with you for another night in a row.
That's not why I'm ringing. Although I could do with one. Someone broke into my apartment.
What? Did anyone see anything? Have you called the police yet?
No, I don't think so. Anyway, no one contacted me. As for the police, I'm calling right now, officer.
All right. Do you want me to head around? Look for any trace evidence?
I don't know. No, I guess not. Honestly, I don't have the strength to deal with it right now. I just want to lie down.
Are you sure? Because it's no trouble at all.
I think so. I'm sorry. I just wanted to calm down a bit. I don't know. That's probably some stupid joke. Only money was stolen.
Money? From
Stimmt, das Geld war auch noch in
Alice's
der Kiste drin.
box? Oh, fuck. Listen, I can come over. I have the key. I'll drop by, do what I need to do, and you go get some sleep.
No, don't trouble yourself. Lately, I've been just so tired and distracted. I don't know. Maybe I forgot to close the apartment door on my way to work. If anything else is missing, I'll let you know and call the police.
All right. Just make sure you close it tonight. If you see anything weird tomorrow, let me know. Whoever did this may be watching you.
I don't think anyone is dumb enough to come back.
You're probably right. Take care, Jack. If you need anything, call me.
I promise I will. Thanks, Stephen. Sorry to bother you again. I've just been all over the place lately.
It's not a problem. Good night, Jack.
Good night.
Good night.
I guess I should clean this shit up. Where to start?
Ach du Scheiße.
There you go. To be honest, I could leave it like this. I'm glad this didn't break.
Was ist hier los? So. Okay, das Sofa lassen wir hier so liegen, okay? Na gut, dann lassen wir es liegen.
Maybe I could bear. I should pack this thing away. Now I'm sure I won't get. Alice's family should really have some of these. That's enough for now. What a mess. Now if only I could blame this on the burglars. That's enough. I need to quickly change and finish getting ready.
Und wieder mit Schuhen im Bett. Leute, das gibt's doch nicht. Warum gehen die mal alle mit Schuhen schlafen, Alter?
I'm gonna be late for work again.
Und wieder zu spät zur Arbeit. Das Übliche.
Got my keys, got my files. Check.
Okay, dann wollen wir mal los, wa?
Oh yeah, I should take my pills.
Ja. Das haben wir aber nicht alles aufgeräumt hier.
I feel like it takes me forever to finish these things. Time to go.
Geht zum Auto und fahr zur Arbeit, okay. Wo ist meine Jacke? Diesmal nehme ich die Jacke mit. Ah, haben wir nicht hier. Okay, dann gehen wir mal los.
Remember to close the door properly, Jack. I'll ask the neighbors tomorrow if they saw anything suspicious.
Ab zum Auto. Was war das? Und wo kam das? Ach komm, jetzt gehen wir mal die Treppe. Whoa.
I wonder if Ridley fixed the coffee machine. Maybe a bit optimistic. I'd better grab a coffee on the way.
Was heißt das?
I'm exhausted.
Und wieder sind wir hier.
Stephen brought in today. Good morning, Mr. Ridley.
Oh.
He's not here yet? No, I'll do without him.
Wo ist er? Warum ist er nicht da? Oh, liegt hier eine Leiche rum schon? Oh. Oh.
Almost there.
Beim Geist. Habt ihr den gesehen?
Now for the tough part. The body needs to be moved. Where's Ridley when you need him? All right. I just need some gloves and my apron. Then I can get to work.
Schürze. Handschuhe.
I'm going to need my tape recorder for this. Autopsy dated November 22nd, 1991.
Diesmal ohne Kamera?
7:32 p.m. Led by Dr. Jack Hanman. I begin by verifying the identity of its most likely Harper Lloyd, age 35, found in a well-owned house by her neighbors Leonard and Dorothy Chelsea, reported missing for a week. Firefighters found the body after the Chelsea family began complaining that their tap water tasted strange,
Yeah.
and at one point had begun to smell and turn a dark color.
Eklig.
It is also known that the deceased was diagnosed with affective bipolar disorder. Harper was placed on drug therapy, which she dropped out of fairly regularly. During her treatment, she was under the care of her common-law partner, Richard Benson, professional truck driver. The last person who had contact with the deceased was her partner. Harper's last message read as follows: "I'm gonna take a shit in their stupid well. Then we'll see who has the last laugh." Nice one. Police records also show that Mrs. Lloyd was in constant conflict with her neighbors. The constant parties and subsequent brawls made living in the area nearly impossible, especially when Lloyd's partner wasn't around. I proceed to the most important task in forensic identification of a drowned person is to distinguish whether the death occurred before or after entering the water. Okay, that could have been worse. I carefully removed the victim's clothes so as not to. The deceased one's shoe is missing. I'm going to need the camera to document all possible suspicious marks.
So, wieder Foto machen.
Definitely the first thing that stands out is the very advanced post-mortem gigantism. The skin of the deceased appears very delicate, smooth, and relaxed from being in the water for a long time. The whole body is extremely pale. There are bruises and hemorrhages on the neck. These usually occur due to increased inhalation when fighting to breathe underwater. Post-mortem markings are seen on the underside of the body, that is, on the back, thighs, and calves of the deceased. It's likely that the deceased was lying on her back when she was fished out. The so-called washerwoman's skin on the feet. The deceased had indeed been in the water for a long time. There are some obvious scratches on the skin.
Okay, wo haben wir hier noch was? Was soll hier denn noch sein? Ah.
The skin on the hands can be easily separated from the body. The separation takes the form of a glove. So, after the preliminary exam, it's time to take a closer look at this. Today's date, the deceased was clothed. Rigor mortis does not need to be checked. Based on the state of decay, you can be sure it has subsided. We see thick, white foam in the mouth of the deceased, resulting from pulmonary edema. Foam is a characteristic in deaths due to drowning.
Okay.
There are obvious scratches on the skin, especially on the back and hands. These could be defensive wounds, evidence of some sort of altercation prior to death. The spots have a purplish blue-red hue, which is a typical sign of the death of the organism. No obvious signs of struggle. The skin on the hands would have easily peeled away from the flesh. Some of the fingers have already lost their nails. Yep, pretty typical. Liver mortis are formed as a result of putrefaction of blood in the veins. Due to the fact that the deceased was wearing shoes all the time, her feet are in better condition than her hands. Nevertheless, we can still notice a clear, wavy skin and the so-called washerwoman's skin texture. Okay, that's probably enough to indicate I'd better note that down in the records. Marks found, those abrade, there doesn't diffuse spots are considering the deceased. Hands heavily wrinkled from submersion of water. Typical washerwoman's skin. In this case, maybe they're just liver more simple. Fortunately, the skin on the hands didn't fall off. Otherwise, before I begin the dissection, I'll make sure the suggested identity is correct. The suitcase with the fingerprint equipment should be around here somewhere.
There.
Scalpel, scissors, syringe, magnifying glass, knife. I guess I forgot to clean the knife.
Here's our Koffer.
Oh, here it is. If the body of the deceased is well preserved, fingerprinting is similar to that of a living person. With decomposing bodies, the tissue of the pads of the fingers tends to shrink. To remove these shrinkages, a mixture of glycerin or air is used. The fingerprint sheet should always be checked. Slipping fingers, too much or too little ink, or inaccurate hand position can make fingerprints illegible. I'm going to conduct a dactyloscopic examination. If in fact the deceased is in the police database, I will find her. Glycerin is injected successively between the nail and the skin of each finger. The substance then enters the fingertip, removing shrinkage and wrinkles.
Okay. Ja, komm, zack.
Now I take a brush. Only when the skin is taut and elastic can you use ink. I think it's enough. I'm getting in the case of drowning victims, you have to be extremely careful. The skin may fall off the hand like a glove when you take the print. I'll use the fax machine to add the print into the system.
Haben wir hier ein Faxgerät? Ah, hier, okay. Ich dachte schon, wir müssen hier ins Büro laufen.
Button and... Once the data uploads, I'll run the prints against the police database on the computer. Great. The data is there. Click Upload. Now, go through the database and find a matching print. Expect possible hours of fun.
So, wie mache ich das?
One more. Okay. Let's check for matches.
Keine Wünsche.
This is not our Jane Doe. I wish there was...
Mache ich das jetzt also mit den ganzen hier, oder?
Analyze button. And we have a result. Everyone has a story to tell, even if it's just a police record. So, as predicted, the deceased turned out to be Harper Lloyd. That went smoothly. I'll print this out and attach it to the medical records.
Drucken, zack. Ah.
Great. Now I can go back to my inspection.
Okay, weiter geht's.
I'm adding the name of the deceased. I'll start the internal examination by taking fluid from the victim's brain. A needle inserted through the nose will do the trick. If the victim was alive when she fell into the well, she must have swallowed water fighting for her life, and then diatoms, characteristics of pooled water like a well, got into the body. In the meantime, I'll check the sample under the microscope. I'm sure that these algae traces will be found in the samples taken from the well where police found the body. Now I need to adjust the knobs properly and place the diatom in the center of the slide. Diatoms are single-celled microscopic algae.
Okay.
I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. The aperture still needs adjustment. And it's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. Too much light. I won't be able to see the I'm finally starting to see something here. And perfect.
Perfekt. Sehe gar nichts.
Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae.
Achso, ich kann hier... Ah.
It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And perfect. Too much. I'm finally starting to see something here. The aperture still needs adjustment. I'm finally starting to see something here. I'm finally starting to see something here. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae.
Ja, was soll ich jetzt hier noch gucken?
The aperture still needs a... I'm finally starting to see something here. I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus.
Jetzt sehe ich doch viel besser, oder nicht?
The aperture still... I'm finally starting to see something here. And perfect.
Okay. Aber was mache ich nun hier? Ich finde den Fokus noch gar nicht so geil, muss ich sagen. Er sagt perfect, aber ich finde es...
It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And perfect. The aperture still needs adjustment. The image is too dark. I'm finally starting to see something here. I'm finally starting to see something here.
Soll ich hier was anklicken? Ich weiß nicht, was ich machen soll. Ich kann mich zwar hier bewegen, aber...
As expected, we find the aforementioned algae in the solution. Their upper part, epitheca, which overlaps the lower, hypotheca, is clearly visible.
Okay.
The presence of diatoms in the brain samples taken indicate that the deceased was certainly alive when she fell into the water and was possibly conscious. Since there were diatoms in the brain, it means that many more of them must have entered the body. Studies of the rest of the organs will most likely confirm this hypothesis.
Okay.
I can finally get to the practical part. I must be extra careful because the skin of the deceased is very stretched. I wouldn't want an explosion here. You can immediately see a very large swelling of the organs. In addition, all internal organs are very congested. I proceed to remove the rib cage. It's easy to see that the ribs have been imprinted in the lungs. So, I'm going to start by drawing blood from the lungs. If diatoms were only present in the lungs, this would mean that the victim was placed in the well after death, and the perpetrator wanted to get rid of the corpse in this way. Now, I remove the lungs and proceed to their examination. Taking the lungs in my hand, I feel that the tissues have lost their elasticity, which is the result of water emphysema. In addition, there is significant swelling of the organs, and as a result, we have a nice imprint of the ribs. The emphysema itself, it's clear how far it's progressed, which is characteristic of drowning.
Okay.
Corpses found in water are worth examining with a tomograph. However, I can't count on such luxuries, so I must reach for a more archaic technology. A bucket and water.
Ein Eimer Wasser, okay. Finde einen Eimer im Lagerraum. Da ist noch ein.
I hope no one dipped a mop in it. It's best to go to the lab for this.
Oh. Stadteinwehr? Nee. Das hab ich falsch gesehen. Das ist ganz durcheinander hier.
Historically, the lung float test is used to detect infanticide. The water should be at room temperature. That's enough. To test for this, I have to place the lungs in a container of water. This checks if there is air in the lungs. And speaking of lungs, everything is ready to bring them here.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh. Oh. Gänsehaut, ey.
Of course, such a study isn't without flaws. Air may have entered a newborn's airways during resuscitation attempts. Gases released during decomposition could also give a
Jetzt hier ein
false
Serverbild,
result.
ey. Sieht aus wie eine Arschbacke. Oder wie ein Arsch.
In this case, however, it's about something else. Namely, the amount of fluid in the lungs. To test for this, I have to place the lungs in a container of water and wait to see if they fall or if they will float on the surface.
Rein damit.
Just as I assumed, the lungs collapsed easily. Fluid could have entered the lungs during panic attempts to catch breath underwater, but it could also be the result of bacterial infections or cancer, so further investigation is needed.
So.
I move on to dissecting the lungs of the deceased. You can hear the distinct, very unpleasant crackling of the tissues being cut through. The parenchyma is remarkably pale, although small hemorrhagic foci and petechia are present on the surface. All right. Now, I will check the collected fluid under a microscope. If we find 20 diatoms on the slide, it can be considered drowning, and our result is not false positive due to Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's perfect. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae.
was haben wir hier?
As expected. In solution, the diatoms are clearly visible. There are smaller and larger clusters of them. There will definitely be more than 20 of them. I'll make a note of all this. So far, this case looks pretty standard. It's clear from the beginning that it's drowning. Well, the procedure requires me to check everything anyway. So, I move on to checking the other organs. I ligate the heart, and then remove it for inspection. Strongly developed putrefactic hemolysis the organ can be seen at first glance. Apart from that, no signs of a heart attack or other heart disease. I move on to the next organ. This time, it's the liver. It's immediately apparent that the deceased didn't care for herself. Like most organs, her liver is enlarged, and the beginnings of cirrhosis are visible in some areas.
Okay.
I transfer the organ to a board and
noch
proceed
hier?
to dissect.
Achso, erstmal die Leber hier auf Nippeln.
The cross-section clearly shows dilated veins, and I must admit that this is quite a feat, considering the rather young age of the deceased. Harper enjoyed drinking so much that she might not have lasted a few more years.
Oh, alkoholische Zirrhose.
I
Okay.
move on to the stomach. I take a sample of the fluid for testing.
Zack, dann nehmen wir noch eine Probe. Aus dem Magen.
It looks very turbid. I'll see what happens after spinning, but that's in a moment. Now, I carefully ligate the organ, then cut it off. It's enlarged, probably full of putrid gases. I transfer it to the board and carefully open it, checking the contents.
Okay, dann gucken wir uns das doch mal an.
One thing you'd never get used to is how much this task smells. Okay, the stomach is full of fluid and unidentified organic matter, which is probably leftover food. So let's check the diatoms. Again, but in a centrifuge for a change. The problem with examining drowned people is being able to show whether the death was due to drowning or whether something else contributed to the death. Cramp, heart attack, drugs, homicide, or some accident. Such an analysis requires viewing from different angles and a careful interpretation of the collected data, including those from the field. That's why it's so important to collect as many samples as possible. Unfortunately. Okay, this is one last little sample. Now set.
Wir können ja noch weiterblättern. 35 und 25. So, scheiße, was war jetzt was? Time 35, also Speed 25. Und hier 35, wenn ich es richtig gesehen habe.
Done. I'll run it directly into the chromatograph and run it against the data from the police. I'm certain the analysis will show similarities between the fluid and water in Chelsea's well.
Okay, gucken wir uns das Ganze mal an hier. Zack, reiner. Ein da. 3 Milliliter.
Let me think. 3 milliliters should be fine.
Oh fuck. Ah.
Okay, now it's the chromatograph's turn. Yes. The water sample matches the one provided by the police. Well, the results are quite clear. I was hoping it would be a more interesting case. More diatoms. Analysis indicates the same origin. Blah, blah, blah. There's little left to do. I'm going to check the airway patency of interesting. Looks like there's something stuck in the trachea. I'm moving to the board for further inspection.
Okay, gucken wir uns die mal an. Luftröhre.
I
Zack.
dissect the trachea and open the organ. Inside, I find a wedding ring. This is interesting.
Ist das unser
Let
Ehering?
me look at it. Based on the size, I can say that it's a woman's wedding ring. Quite
Das ist unser.
standard from the outside. There's an engraving inside.
Das ist die Gravur, die im anderen stand. In unserem.
What the fuck? But this is my ring. Alice's ring. But how did it? But this should be at home. I have it.
Der hat gefehlt in unserem Schurkästchen auf jeden Fall.
It's
Schnell, her mit den
I have to
Tabletten.
check this out. Where are my meds? Where the fuck are my meds?
Oh.
Must have. Jesus Christ! Hope these all make it go away. I have to check the apartment. It can't be.
Wie, jetzt sollen wir die einfach liegen lassen? Okay.
Mr. Ridley. Mr. Ridley!
What's all the ruckus?
I need to go home. Immediately.
What? Now?
I have to. Have you seen anyone here this morning? Anybody suspicious?
Oh, there was no one. Dorothy was, but only for a moment, then she left. What's wrong with you, Hammond?
Okay. Thanks.
What about the corpse?
I'll come back, I promise.
Okay, weg hier.
Jesus Christ!
So sollten wir vielleicht nicht Auto fahren, ne?
I have to check this out. This. Please be there. It can't be her wedding ring. It's not here. It's not.
Der ist nicht da.
I need to go.
Steven!
This is sick. Fuck. Come on, Steven. Pick up the fucking phone.
Hey. What's up, man?
They took the ring.
What? What ring? What are you talking about?
They took the wedding ring. Alice's wedding ring.
One sec. You mean Burglary? You said nothing was missing.
Yes, I know that. I don't know. I was jittery. Maybe I didn't notice. I don't know, but that's not the worst of it.
Calm down, Jack. Breathe. What happened?
I found it in the trachea of the deceased I was working on. Do you understand? I pulled it out of a dead woman's trachea.
What?
I don't know what's going on. You think Red Pete wants revenge? He's playing with me. Huh? I knew it. I knew it from the beginning this was going to happen. I didn't make it up!
Jack, listen to me. Try to calm down. Don't leave the apartment. I'll be with you right away, okay? I'm on my way.
What sane person would do something like that? Fucking Ridley lets in whoever he likes as usual. What are you saying? Steven? Don't leave me, man. Come on. Fuck. Oh, God, what now? Okay, I need a drink.
Okay.
Jesus. What's going on?
Der ist leer, oder? Ah, ein bisschen ist noch drin.
Just one sip more. Yep. Jesus. Okay. Yep. Okay.
Okay. Kapitel 3.
These reports will kill me one day. It's time to go to work.
Ich sag nichts mehr zu den Schulen im Bett. Der lernt's nicht, der Kollege. Der lernt es einfach nicht. Okay, Leute. Aber bevor wir jetzt zur Arbeit gehen, machen wir nochmal einen kleinen Cut. Und dann sehen wir uns zum nächsten Mal wieder, Leute. Macht es gut. Bis zum nächsten Mal.